Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk about something that I see way too often in trading communities. And honestly, it drives me a little crazy. Someone posts in a Discord or a Reddit thread, "Just passed my prop firm challenge in one trade. Easy money. LFG." And everyone's in the comments going, "Bro, that's a win." But here's the thing, nobody's saying out loud, "That's not a win. That might actually be one of the worst things that can happen to you as a trader." And today, I'm going to break down exactly why, step by step. By the end of this video, you're going to completely rethink what passing actually means. Let's get into it. What it actually means to pass a challenge. Think about it from their perspective. They're handing you, a stranger on the internet, anywhere from $10,000 to $200,000 of stimulated money to trade. They need to know, can you manage risk consistently? Do you follow rules under pressure? Can you string together profitable trades, not just one lucky one? Are you disciplined when the market goes against you? When you pass in one trade, you've answered exactly 0 of those questions. You got lucky, or at best, you had one great read. That's it. And the scary part? Now you're funded. Now, the real test begins. The luck versus skill problem. Let's talk about luck versus skill, because this is where most people fool themselves. In trading, one trade, even a great one, tells you almost nothing statistically. Let me give you an analogy. Imagine you're a basketball coach. You're evaluating 2 players for your team. Player A shows up, hits 1 3-pointer, and walks off the court. Player B shows up, runs through drills, plays a full scrimmage, hits some shots, misses some, but shows you how they think, how they move, how they handle pressure. Who do you pick? Obviously player B, because you actually know something about them. When you pass a prop firm in one trade, you're player A. You hit one shot, you have no idea if you're actually good. And here's the cold truth about trading psychology. Winning one big trade can actually make you worse. Here's why. It triggers something called outcome bias. You start to associate your decision-making process with the result, rather than evaluating whether the process itself was sound. So you think, I went big, it worked, I'm a genius. The next time, you go big again, maybe bigger, because it worked before. That's not a strategy, that's gambling. And statistically, if you're making large concentrated bets without a proven edge, regression to the mean will catch up with you usually right after you get funded, when the stakes are big. What happens after you get funded? Okay, so let's say you did it. One trade, boom, funded. Now what? This is where it gets real, and this is where most of these one-trade wonders absolutely fall apart. Because now you're trading a funded account. The psychological pressure is completely different. You're not playing with house money anymore. Every trade you take, there's this voice in your head saying, don't blow this, don't blow this. And that fear of loss starts to distort every single decision you make. The problem is you have no verified process to fall back on. A trader who passed properly, who took 50, 60, 70 trades during their challenge, they've stress tested their strategy, they've experienced drawdowns, and come back from them. They know what their edge looks like in different market conditions. They've built confidence through evidence. You have one data point, one trade. You don't actually know how your strategy performs across different sessions, how you react when a trade goes 50 pips against you before turning, whether your edge holds in choppy markets versus trending markets, what your actual risk-reward distribution looks like over time. So what happens? One of 2 things. Scenario A, you freeze up. You become so afraid of losing the funded account that you start over-managing trades, cutting winners too early, moving stop losses, breaking your own rules. You slowly bleed the account to death through indecision and fear. Scenario B, you go right back to what worked, that big concentrated gamble. Because in your head, that's your strategy now. And this time, the market doesn't cooperate. You blow the account in days. Both scenarios end the same way. You're back to square one, maybe out a few $100s in challenge fees, and more confused about your trading than when you started. The reputation and consistency argument. Here's another angle that people don't think about enough, your long-term relationship with a prop firm. Prop firms aren't just one-time transactions. The real money in this space comes from consistent monthly payouts over time. The traders who are making serious income from funded accounts aren't the ones who gamed the challenge. They're the ones who built a repeatable system and execute it month after month. For that to happen, you need a track record. And a track record is built on volume and consistency, not one lucky strike. Think about it. To request a scale up to go from a $50K account to a $100K account or beyond, firms want to see multiple months of consistent performance. They want to see that your edge is real. You can't fake that with one trade. At some point, the truth shows up in your data. And beyond that, trust yourself. Do you actually want to manage $100,000 of someone else's money without genuinely knowing whether you have a proven edge? The best traders I've seen in this space don't just want to pass the challenge. They want to build something real. They use the challenge as a genuine audition, a chance to prove to themselves as much as to the firm that they belong here. That's a completely different mindset, and it produces completely different results. What you should do instead? All right, so now that I've thoroughly roasted the one trade pass strategy, let me tell you what you should actually do. Step 1, treat the challenge like a funded account from day one. Not like a video game level you're trying to speedrun. Behave exactly how you would if the money were already real, because good habits formed during the challenge carry over when you're funded. Step 2, set a daily and weekly trade minimum for yourself. This isn't something the firm requires, this is something you require of yourself. Even if your strategy is higher time frame and you trade infrequently, aim to be actively engaged in the market across multiple sessions. Step 3, build a trade journal from the very first trade. Log every trade. Entry, exit, reason, emotional state, outcome. By the time you finish the challenge, you want to be able to look at that journal and say, I understand my edge, not I got lucky. Step 4, deliberately stress test your strategy. Take trades in different conditions. Don't just wait for your perfect A+ setup 10 days in a row. See how your strategy holds up when conditions aren't ideal. That's where real edge gets proven. Step 5, accept that a longer, harder pass is actually a gift. The goal isn't to pass as fast as possible. The goal is to become the kind of trader who deserves to be funded. So to bring this all together, passing a prop firm challenge with one trade might feel like a win, but it bypasses the entire point of the evaluation, gives you false confidence, leaves you psychologically unprepared for funded trading, and ultimately sets you up to fail when the real pressure hits. The challenge is not the enemy. The challenge is the training ground. Use it as one. If this video gave you a different perspective, drop a comment below. I'd love to know where you're at in your prop trading journey. And if you know someone who's about to try and speedrun their challenge, do them a favor and send this video their way. Like, subscribe, you know the drill, and I'll see you in the next one.